Jacques Derrida, born on July 15, 1930 in the French Algiers suburb of Biar, Jacques Derrida founded the critical method known as Deconstruction, which has been applied primarily to literary texts, but is applicable to texts in many disciplines as well as to institutional and cultural structures of all kinds, especially political institutions. Deconstruction argues that language, especially as applied to ideal concepts, is complex and indeterminate. As an analytical and critical method, therefore, deconstruction examines the surface of a text or the visible structure of an institution on the assumption that in appearance is to be found the closest thing to the essence of the work under consideration. Thus, deconstruction has had great influence on literary criticism and literary theory, as well as linguistics, law, history, anthropology, sociology, psychoanalysis, feminism, and LGBT studies. In the context of philosophy, deconstruction has implications for epistemology, ontology, ethics, aesthetics, and hermeneutics. Derrida was born into a Sephardic family and during World War II was expelled from the lycée in ordinance with the pro-Nazi anti-Semitic laws of the French Vichy regime in Algeria. He nevertheless became enthralled with the works of philosophers and literary writers and, after the liberation, was able to continue his lycée education in Algiers, and then after he moved in 1949 in Paris. He was admitted to the École Normale Supérieure in 1952, where he became acquainted with the Marxist philosopher Louis Althusser. Derrida wrote his master's thesis on the phenomenologist Edmund Husserl, who studied at Harvard University during 1956 to 1957. From 1960 to 1964, he taught philosophy at the and received an appointment to the philosophy faculty of the École Normale Supérieure in 1964, which he held through 1984. In 1967, Derrida published his first 3 books, all highly influential: Writing and Difference, Speech and Phenomena, and Of Grammatology. He was appointed professor of the humanities at the University of California, Irvine in 1986 and taught there until shortly before his death on October 9, 2004. The concept of deconstruction proved to be not merely controversial but divisive. It became a crux of singular bitter dispute between the analytic philosophers, mostly based in the United States and Britain, and the continental philosophers, mostly associated with Europe. When the University of Cambridge became, in 1992, one of numerous distinguished institutions to award Derrida an honorary doctorate, a number of the most eminent analytical philosophers, among them Willard Van Orman Quine, Ruth Barkan Marcus, and David Millett Armstrong, wrote a joint letter of protest arguing that Derrida's work does not meet accepted standards of clarity and rigor, and was based on semi-intelligible attacks upon the values of reason, truth, and scholarship. Derrida succumbed to pancreatic cancer and died during surgery for the condition in Paris on October 9, 2004.
Are you a philosophy student, or just have a general interest in philosophy? Since ancient times, brilliant philosophical teachings and dialogues taught by great luminous minds have deeply elevated the way we think and live. The Complete Philosophy Primer is a comprehensive, organized, easy-to-read, and all-encompassing guide specifically written for students in their first college-level philosophy course, as well as anyone with an interest in philosophy. With this jam-packed philosophical guide, you will optimize your knowledge in philosophy, logic, ethics, its history, and branches. Learn philosophical concepts, term definitions, and biographies. Find lists of essential books, films, blogs, websites, and other resources. Improve your writing skills. Learn how to argue effectively. And most of all, learn how to be a better student. Order your copy today to philosophize your mind and illuminate your wisdom.